这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的听力水平在生活中是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
Keep your powder dry. Those 4 words were once spoken with mud on the boots and smoke in the lungs. They were not advice. They were not wisdom. They were a warning that came too late for many. In the middle of the 17th century, war did not move fast, but it never waited for anyone. Soldiers walked for days through fields soaked with rain. Roads were nothing more than deep cuts of mud. Clothes stayed wet. Skin cracked. Everything smelled of iron, smoke, and damp earth. A young soldier named Thomas learned this lesson early. He was not brave in the way stories like to describe. He did not dream of glory. He joined the army because there was no food left at home and no work in his town. The army offered bread, thin soup, and a place by the fire. That was enough. On his first march, rain followed them like a shadow. It slipped under cloaks, down collars, into boots. Men complained at first, then stopped talking. Talking took energy, and energy was precious. Thomas carried a musket that felt heavier with every mile. The weapon was simple and cruel. To fire it, he had to pour powder, pack it down, place the shot, and light the fuse. When it worked well. When it didn't, it killed the man holding it. His captain was an old soldier with a broken nose and calm eyes. He did not shout much. He repeated only a few things. Over and over. Watch your feet. Stay in line. Keep your powder dry. At first, Thomas did not understand why the last part mattered so much. Powder was just powder. It stayed in a pouch. It was wrapped in cloth. That seemed enough. Then he saw what wet powder could do. During a small fight near a village, rain started again without warning. It fell hard and cold. The order to fire came late. When the line lifted their muskets, the sound that followed was wrong. Too quiet. Too empty. Some guns fired. Many did not. Men stared at their weapons in disbelief. They tried again. Still nothing. The enemy did not stop to wonder why. They rushed forward. Steel met flesh. Screams cut through the rain. After the fight, the ground was torn and dark. The captain walked among the bodies. He did not speak for a long time. Then he looked at Thomas and said only one thing. Keep your powder dry. That night, Thomas did not sleep. He sat under a torn tent and opened his pouch again and again. He touched the powder with careful fingers. He wrapped it tighter. He moved it closer to his chest, where body heat might help. From then on, It became a habit. When others rested, he checked. When others joked, he checked. When others said it would be fine, he checked anyway. Weeks passed. Then months. The army crossed rivers on narrow bridges. They slept in fields and empty barns. Food ran low. Boots fell apart. Men grew thinner. Some deserted. Some died of sickness before ever seeing battle. Through it all, Thomas kept his powder dry. One morning, just before dawn, the camp was quiet in a way that felt wrong. No birds. No wind. Even the men seemed to move more softly. Thomas woke with a tight feeling in his chest. He reached for his pouch. Dry. The attack came moments later. Horses thundered out of the fog. Shouts exploded from every direction. Fires were kicked over. The camp turned into chaos. Thomas stood. Loaded his musket with hands that shook but did not stop, and fired. The sound cracked through the air. He loaded again. Fired again. Men fell. Smoke burned his eyes. His ears rang. When the sun finally rose, the field was broken and still. Thomas was alive. He sat on the ground, breathing hard, staring at his hands. They were black with powder and dirt. He laughed once, short and sharp, then stopped. That day, he understood something simple and heavy. Being ready does not feel heroic. It feels lonely. It feels boring. It feels like work no one sees. As years passed, Thomas survived battles that killed better men. He did not survive because he was stronger. He survived because he paid attention to small things when others did not. Keep your powder dry. The phrase moved from mouth to mouth, from war to war. Soldiers carried it home with them when the fighting ended. They used it when storms came. When money ran low. When times felt uncertain. Slowly, the words changed shape. Powder no longer meant gunpowder. Dry no longer meant safe from rain. It meant something deeper. It meant saving a little when times were good. It meant fixing a roof before it leaked. It meant learning how things work, not just how they look. It meant staying ready when life feels quiet. Because quiet does not last. Every life has a moment when the rain starts to fall. Sometimes it is sudden. Sometimes it is slow. A job ends. A sickness comes. A door closes without warning. The people who panic are not weak. They are just unprepared. The people who stand up and move forward are not lucky. They kept their powder dry. Maybe you are in a calm season now. Bills are paid. Days pass without trouble. It feels safe to stop checking, to stop planning, to stop caring about the small things. That is exactly when this old phrase matters most. Check your pouch. Tighten the wrap. Stay ready. Life does not announce its battles. Keep your powder dry.
能以非母语者的身份专注学习到现在，这本身就是很棒的进步。真诚感谢你的观看。如果你觉得本期内容实用，点赞或留言让我知道你的想法，这对我持续创作非常重要。我们下期见。